What's up, if you're going to be doing reactions to one of Josh Scorcher's My Little Pony reviews. I haven't been able to figure out which one was the very first. He's just as badly organized as I am. But this is like his old videos. I've seen some of them, but that was a long time ago, so it's almost be like it's new. I can just barely remember anything. And this was recommended by Zai. I'd say their full name, but I keep messing up. Yeah, let's just get into it. It's a long video, so
I need an adult! I need an adult!
Piss him off or something?
Hi, this is the Fiery Joker.
Oh, the older episode. Yeah, I got my episodes mixed up.
You need my help again?
Who the hell are you?
I'm good.
You sure?
Positive.
But Josh, his hair is amazing compared to yours. He's got the whole Samson thing going on. What the f***?
Are you serious? His head looks like a freaking mop.
Just so you know, I'm gonna be coming for your ass.
Hades, can you please leave before you make me say something else to him that I'll regret?
He looks too cool.
Oh, I love it when I'm nasty.
What the hell?
Oh, sweet Pantera.
Damn, I want to Photoshop so bad.
So smooth.
We dance, we kiss, we schmooze, we carry on, we go home happy. What do you say? Come on.
Dude.
You know, the cross thing isn't exactly going to work with me, but I can read the signs. I'm not stupid. I'm out of here.
Jerry?
Josh?
Hi.
Okay, about that response video. I didn't mean for it to go that far, and I just wanted to say...
Ooh!
Ow! Jeez, what'd you do that for?
What? It's in the past.
Point taken. Now listen, there's something I want to... Ow!
Ooh.
Go f*** yourself!
What was that for?
For the Canadian jokes. Really, you should be
Oh, he's
anticipating
from
these by
Canada?
now.
Well, no shit!
Cool.
Okay, fair enough. Now, as I was saying, I need your help.
Oh, would you just stop?
What did I do that time?
Because it was funny. Rule of 3, Josh. Rule of 3.
What the
Do you
hell
want
does
to
that
review
even
this with me
mean?
or not?
Sure, I'm game.
Thank you. You gonna keep your hands off that control pad?
Nah.
We'll see.
Alright. Assuming there are no more delays, I can finally give you my collab review of over...
Oh my god, you killed Kenny!
You dick.
So, this episode opens with Mane 6 riding a train into the desert that's showing quite a display of its horsepower.
Oh, haha.
Applejack! Were you reading a bedtime story to an apple tree?
Applejack is so down to earth she can commune right with the plants themselves.
Or she has a
You've got
weird
to show your
obsession.
private sleeper car for a tree, while I am crowded and crammed in the same car with all the other ponies.
Yeah, share
How am I
it.
supposed to get my beauty sleep?
Move to another train car, Rarity!
This is
Probably
Rarity we're
none
talking
left.
about. She needs to be complaining about something, or the episode's just not going to work at all.
Yeah, like me, I got a
No,
bitch
baby.
about every little thing, too.
We're never gonna win the race. I have to go to the bathroom. Will you buy me a soda? My friend Jimmy's dad bought him a new skateboard. I want a new skateboard. This race is stupid.
Where to make go all shady wetty? Blumberg's a big and strong apple tree. Yes, he is. A good.
I talk to my Gardevoir the same way in Pokemon X.
I was about to say.
Don't even, Josh.
It's Whittle
You wouldn't
Rarity
understand.
who's all sidey-waddy.
I'm having trouble deciding which of them is more undignified right now.
A plant is like a pet,
My little
basically.
pony.
No,
my
we're skipping
little
the intro.
pony.
Exactly.
Why do you even acknowledge it? You can just edit it out. You don't have to mention it every single time.
It's funny.
Screw you and your logic. Let me complain. Sweet Gandhi's shining bald dome. They're still going.
They should be dead by
Or
now.
anything?
Faster than a speeding Pegasus! More powerful than that locomotive they're dragging!
Actually, that brings something to mind. Why is the train designed with an actual steam engine at the front when it's being pulled by earth ponies?
Well, given that the writer for this is originally a writer for South Park, who was probably put in there just for the sake of reactions like this.
That does not make sense.
Do you guys mind?
So true,
There was some
because
early
that makes no
fire
sense.
roasting those snacks you're all eating, and I'm pooped.
I'm
Speaking of,
Spike.
Some of these popcorn kernels didn't get popped.
Be quiet, turn off the lights so I can
Rainbow,
sleep.
you're really going to...
Just wait for it. Just wait for it, Josh. It'll be glorious. Just wait.
Okay, fine.
That's what you get for being a dick.
We'll have to carry that heavy tree all the way from the train to the orchard? What tree? You mean Bloomberg? No, Fluttershy. Fluttershy's not a tree, silly.
God
What
damn it,
happened
Pinky.
next? Philip Ponyville, they say, that the brony's fifth most annoying meme grew 10
Really?
sizes that day.
You know, she's not a tree, right?
Oh my god.
Not a tree, Dashi. I'd like to be a tree.
For Pete's
Really?
sake! Well, that was kind of huffy.
Suck my dick!
Huffy the Magic Dragon.
God damn it, ladies.
Sorry, I tend to snore a bit.
Well, tree leaves do feel nice on you.
in the treetop. When you awake, you'll be the subject of glop. When the bough breaks, the
what?
cradle will fall, and all the shippers won't care at all.
Why did
Okay.
you take this innocent scene and make it creepy for no reason?
Oh, please. You should see what Tumblr's doing with Frozen.
I tried to be a troll too.
So it's the next morning, and a stampede of buffalo appears and attacks the train.
Oh, look! Now they're doing tricks! Now do a backflip!
God damn it, Pinky.
Pinky, you're a moron.
I just want to know... Hey! I'm talking to you!
She doesn't give a shit.
Oh, great, Pinky, you f***ing missed it. What the f***? Oh, come on. You're flutter censoring my swears too?
My video, my rules.
If I could learn how to
You
have,
motherfucker.
I would have mine say, or have
Pardon?
Mod Pie go
I called you
on.
a motherfucker, you asshole.
Rock. Every time,
Sorry,
I
didn't
swear.
quite catch that. You'll have to speak up.
Punch!
Why do all of my call-out partners have to cause me pain?
Because your pain is funny!
Exactly.
Touche.
I got you now!
That actually wouldn't hurt at that speed. In fact, she shouldn't have been able to hit it like that.
Wait, all they were trying to do was get that car at the end? That plan made no sense.
Yeah.
What was the point of attacking the ponies pulling the train when they were easily
Oh,
able to keep up with
distracting.
it, then have that small buffalo jump on the front car just so she could hop onto the back car to disconnect it? This all seems pointlessly elaborate.
So true.
Actually, it isn't, and I can explain why this elaborate scene makes perfect sense.
Oh, really? Regale me, Sherlock.
That animation was fucking awesome.
Okay, good point.
Okay, yeah, it was pretty cool.
They got Bloomberg!
No, Bloomberg! You were taken from us far too young!
Oh, yeah, Spike. Yeah.
Right, Spike.
Exactly.
He's important too. Spike.
You can suck it! You can suck it! You can suck it! You can all suck it!
Here's an interesting setup. Imagine if you were Twilight, you just had your own son kidnapped, and you come off the train to...
Ew.
Welcome to Appaloosa!
Brayburn, listen.
Cousin Applejack,
How
mind
much
your
a cup of-
manners. You
how
don't
many
get to
cups of
introduce me to
coffee
your
have you had?
compadres.
Coffee time!
Shame on you.
Brayburn, listen.
Shut up, woman. Brayburn is talking, as he is the only man in Appaloosa, and in the land of ponies, Clydesdale equals Budweiser equals men. For
Okay.
only men are worthy enough to drink that watery horse piss called beer.
Ha!
What the f?
That made absolutely no sense.
Neither does this entire fucking character.
Something terrible's happened.
Terrible is right. Your train is a full 7 minutes late. That's 7 minutes less for you to delight in the pleasures and wonders
Your
of
head still is going all
Appaloosa.
goddamn
Is that
day
gonna
and
be a
night.
thing? Just shouting Appaloosa like a bad stereotype?
Probably.
You probably had too much
As you can
cups
see,
of
we have
coffee.
all of the finest comforts, like horse-drawn carriages.
Okay, you pull now. Ah, we just switched.
And here's our
actually
local
is.
watering hole, the Salt Block.
That's enough salt for you!
Can't I at least get a glass of water?
Salt makes ponies drunk?
It's funny because horse puns. Okay, in all seriousness, the timing on these jokes is brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. It's got a really good rapid-fire delivery. Doesn't hang too long on a given joke in the hopes that the audience will get it. It just moves on to the next
We don't
one. It
see
just
much
expects
Appaloosa
you to get
anymore.
it. Much more well-paced than...
Don't mention that video.
And here's the most wonderful
Okay.
sight in all of Appaloosa.
Good God, man, calm
Our
down.
apple orchard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't you mean your apple orchard?
You have a very nice town and all, but we have a huge...
He just doesn't give a shit.
Why
His
can't
face.
anyone pronounce words normally?
Because they have southern accents.
No, really, I want an explanation for this, because so far it's just...
Ow.
You'll get nothing and like it!
Eat a buffalo. They took Spike. Rainbow Dash went after
He's
them.
taking one hell of a crap.
Did you say buffalo?
Okay, is this guy bipolar or something? He starts off
Looks
more
like it.
energetic than Pinkie Pie to looking like he's passing a kidney stone to somber all in the span of 5 minutes.
Tone?
What a try.
Okay.
Them buffalo, they want us settler ponies to take every single tree you see here.
Okay, seriously, does every cartoon that runs on
Yeah,
Flash
that
have to
was
do
dizzy.
that panning movement at one point or another? It's not clever or unique. In fact, sometimes it's kind of distracting.
I actually really like panning shots like this. I'm a big animation buff, and seeing things like this really shows the effort that the animators are taking into their work. I don't know
Yeah,
if
but
you've
it's
ever worked with
really
Flash.
dizzy.
It is a really temperamental bit to work with. So being able to get shots like this, it's nice. It's nice to see.
And for all their dedication, we still get cockeyes, cyclopes, misplaced cutie marks, and more recently, four-legged Forza drill kicks.
All right, Buster. That's it. I quit.
No, I
try and I try. There's just no respect for anyone with vision.
What did I just say about Flash being temperamental?
I don't even know what Flash is.
Try to save Spike, but get caught.
Well, you're dead.
Dash, Pinky, sup? They're cool.
If you say so, Spike. Catch you later, bro.
Clearly, they are members of the Catch You Later Bro tribe?
Ah, yes. My people fought with them long before the white man came.
Okay.
Seems they took me by mistake. Fortunately, they totally respect dragons, so they treat me like an honored guest.
Maybe in your
did you know we were
universe.
ripping off Pocahontas and switched to Mulan? That one must have missed that part in history class where natives worship dragons.
Hang on a second.
Probably in their history, but not in ours. They're known as wyverns in America.
Tanya, did we ever once worship dragons?
And wyverns ate
Okay,
everything that was alive. Including,
Liars!
especially buffalo.
Still don't like ponies much, though, but you're with me.
Wow, Rainbow didn't eat the food. That's incredibly disrespectful.
Have you ever had native food? It's awful. You can't get a burger to save your life in Oklahoma.
But Pinky's eating it.
And that should be the green light to run the way. Look at that shit. What do you think that is? What does it look like?
We're too
Is your
used to
mind as in the
greasy
gutter as
food.
mine is?
I think it's time they met Chief Thunderhooves.
We have a long and winding stampeding trail that we have run upon for many generations.
Okay, something's bugging me. Why do the buffalo have to be wearing native garb?
Because it makes them look
I mean,
cool.
they're distinct enough from the ponies simply by being a different size and species altogether. So you can
Style?
easily have the visual contrast of the two imply there are cultural differences between them for the episode. But they go all the way and put them in teepees and a war bonnet and refer to their leader as chief.
You got a fucking problem, bro?
And there's really no reason for it. Why are they
In
doing
their culture,
this?
that's
Because
honorable
Lauren Faust is making this.
to be classified as
What?
Native Americans and
let me
buffaloes.
elaborate. Lauren Faust is a great producer and a great animator.
They have
I
a lot
love
of
all
respect
of
for the
her work.
buffaloes.
Well, most of them. Well, some of them. Two of them.
Go f yourself!
She's a great producer, a great cartoonist, and a great storyteller.
Okay, disclaimer, we get it. Why is she the reason that this is such an awkward character design?
You see, Lauren Faust is many things, but subtle isn't one of them. When she
Okay.
decided to create a radical feminist for a Powerpuff Girls episode, her end result was an MRA's wet dream come true. And here's no exception. The entire first season suffers from some very awkward writing style that screams a lack of subtlety in the executive producer. It wasn't enough to let the visual disparity of the buffalo and the settler pony
I wanna
show
see
their
more
need.
Zecora.
They had to hammer it into something everyone
We don't
would
get
easily
enough of her.
recognize. It's why there are so many "why didn't you do this" moments in episodes like Feeling Pinky Heenan Boast.
I remember that
All the
episode. That was a
logical
long time
decisions
ago.
were shoved aside to serve the awkward storytelling.
So you're saying...
The show's writing got monumentously better after she left.
So true.
What's that ominous glow in the distance?
Jerry, do you try to get people to hate you?
No.
Just
I'm not
saying it
saying
got
she's
better.
a bad producer. She is an ungraceful producer. She can weave a tale, build a world, and create characters, but she just can't work a story. She's like the George Lucas of children's cartoons.
Just so you know, I'm gonna be coming for your ass.
I'm never gonna run out of this, am I? So we cut to Chief
Brownie
Thunderhooves, who
tears,
tells Rainbow
what?
Dash and Pinky about the story of their sacred stampeding grounds.
My father stampeded upon these grounds, and his father before him, and his father before him.
Okay, we
My father took a dump right over there, and his father before him, and his father before him. Those dumps fertilize the soil with which we grow the food to make our gruel.
I mean, it's true.
Are eating the products of years and years and generations. But what?
This is getting weird.
It is a sacred tradition to run the path every year. But this year, these settler ponies, these Appaloosans.
Why can't anyone say the name of that town normally?
Because they're doing it to piss us off.
They had a good reason to. I'll say they had a good reason.
Wait a minute. What? Putting aside the elephant in the room, this one, the settlers aren't raising the land and burning it and destroying you as a people. The settlers have been shown to be using the stampeding grounds as farmland to grow their food. You know, food. That one thing that we all need in order to survive. I'm sorry, but if I was supposed to pick a side here, I would honestly be on the side of the settler ponies. Survival and food take priority over some sacred stampeding ground. It's like if you have one patch of land and you have to choose between building a church and building a farm. I think Jesus would understand here, guys.
Okay,
that's
well,
why I never go to
somewhat.
church.
I think it's still fair to give them some sort of compensation for it.
Compensation for what? It's a patch of land with nothing built on it. They just run through it every day.
I don't know, maybe
But let's not get
cut a line through the orchard that the buffalo could run through?
Oh, get real, Josh. When has My Little Pony ever taken the sensible option?
So true.
Gently, please.
I close my eyes and that's Tabitha St. Germain talking to me. Then I open my eyes and it's Rarity. And that's not as good.
Try telling that to your entire audience.
My audience doesn't do that.
There are two types of bronies, Josh. Those who clop and liars.
What?
Set a brony.
Go f*** yourself!
We're getting off the subject.
And we have to be ready for a long hike into buffalo territory if we're gonna save them. Let's go!
Really?
Hi, guys. Pinky.
Go, fanfiction writers!
I
to
did
your
not
keyboards!
expect that.
Corner, now.
What do you want to do, huh? What do you want to do?
We brought our new pal Little Strongheart here to explain to the Appaloosans why they should move the apple trees off Buffalo land.
That information will be quite helpful.
That's weird. Because
Let
my
them
cousin
talk.
Rayburn here wants to explain to the buffalo why they should let the apple trees stay.
That would be a useful thing to. The land is theirs.
Would someone hog-tie the both of them?
Let the two of them speak. They seem pretty open to negotiations.
Exactly.
Sorry, but this is a equestrian version of Tumblr. No calm negotiations are allowed.
That's not true. You can have calm negotiations on Tumblr.
You sishead scum!
Alright, let's everybody just calm the fuck down.
There must be
Okay.
something we can do. Hey, I've got an idea.
So
I don't
does
know
Pinky's
much
idea
about
involve
Tumblr.
sensible negotiations and talking through problems like adults? Does it involve a sensible solution at all?
Nope.
She starts singing, doesn't she?
God damn it, Pinky.
You gotta share, you gotta care. It's a right thing to do. All this fighting gets you nothing but huff and mouth disease.
Oh, what?
Ah, that's lovely. Can you imagine what happened when the kids heard that?
Daddy, what's hoof and mouth disease? It's an illness that rots away the hooves and mouth of little ponies, turning them from the happy, adorable, fun-loving scamps they are into a gibbering, crippled, infectious lump of flesh and bones until they finally die a slow and painful death.
What the f***?
This moment brought to you by...
You gotta share, you gotta care.
You know, putting aside how heart-meltingly adorable Courtesan Pinkie Pie is...
That was the worst performance we've ever seen.
Yep.
My thoughts exactly, Chief. My thoughts exactly.
So it appears that the settlers and natives are going to war. Go ahead.
You could fight now, just saying. Yeah, you should have fought them then instead of waiting, because, yeah. the upward strength, and they're not that strong. A tiny-ass town.
If we could just sit down and talk, we could...
Is that the I don't want to talk grunt, or the I really had to take a shit grunt?
Probably both.
You seem remarkably obsessed with poop jokes lately.
I got Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures a few days ago.
Okay.
You know,
Me and
I'm
Video
noticing
Game
a
Rage
lack
is
of,
me
you know,
swearing
buffalo.
like crazy.
How exactly do they reproduce?
Not true. Little Strongheart is female.
Oh my god.
That poor little buffalo.
I know you don't want to do this.
What would you have me do, Rainbow Dash?
Talk about it with them! Discuss! Negotiate! Compromise! Or some other political words that they were completely willing to do earlier! You weird alien beef Cherokee crossover!
At noon, it will be too late.
Ah, red and white. Just like the colors of...
I barely remember the Canadian song.
No, I'm not singing the national anthem.
But you're from there. It's your patriotic duty.
We in Canada do not hold the national anthem nor the flag in the same high regard that you.
Oh, they have more honor than America?
We are more humble and
United
down
States,
to
huh?
earth.
I'll give you some Tim Hortons coffee.
Okay.
So the buffalo arrived like the Huns 1 minute before the chief said he would attack. And it's the fastest minute ever when the chief is at the crossroads of deciding the fate of 2 races.
Even the ponies kind of have more
Wow,
friends.
this is surprisingly very subtle. All the emotions are conveyed in them.
You gotta share.
God damn it, Pinky.
You gotta care.
Hey, you! You think this is cute? You think this is fucking funny? All this shit?
Oh, come on, Pinky! Come the freak on! It was already over! It was about to be put aside for good! Why did you jump into a conflict that was already over and done with and drag it back into the limelight again?
Yeah, don't you just hate it when that happens?
Huh.
Set up a sorry.
I don't get it.
Well, he came in like a wreck.
No! And in case you missed it the first time, hell no!
Okay, seriously? I make fun of your nationality and your ethnicity, and that's the thing you consider off limits?
Josh, I'm not the patriotic type. I'm also not one for ethnic pride. But when you give attention to Miley Cyrus, you are killing
Who?
the art of music. Murdering it!
Really?
As Lewis has told you, the Pie War has grown ferocious.
Alright.
Watched VeggieTales?
Yeah.
I love you.
Never seen it.
No homo.
I love you too, Josh. All of the homo.
Ooh!
There's no joke that we can make that fully emphasizes the brilliance of that moment. Seriously, this moment is so funny to me to watch the whole episode right now to fully comprehend the genius that is Dave Polsky's comedic writing. As in, now you fussy plebs.
Run?
Are you fucking shitting me?
Oh, and of course, the Americans are also selflessly heroic. It makes me want to puke.
Was that a compliment or an insult?
Not really sure on that one.
I don't know!
Really? Taken out by a damn pie.
Wait, he just gets hit with a pie and he's out for the count? Is this some sort of equestrian war rule that if you're hit in
And
the
he
face
should
with
have
a pie
flown
that you
forward,
lose or something?
not sideways.
Man, we need that kind of rule in the real world. So the ponies actually take the sensible solution and cut down a path through the orchard.
We will allow the apple orchard to stay in exchange for a share of its fruit.
Moral of the story, kids, is...
Pies are awesome!
I don't
was
like
gonna
pies.
say that cooperation and compromise
Except
are
for
preferable
pumpkin.
alternatives to open violence.
And banana cream.
My version's better.
Even the worst of enemies can become friends.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
You need understanding and compromise. You've got to share. You've got to care.
Okay.
That's what I said!
You almost got a town level, Pinky. You sit the fuck down.
And you almost got everyone
That's
killed.
over a barrel. You know, for an episode dealing with settlers and natives, and considering the less than positive reaction this episode received, I was expecting this episode to bomb, but surprisingly it didn't.
What do you mean, less than positive reaction?
Well, people really got on this episode for inaccurately portraying the conflict between settlers and natives during colonial times in America, and I don't understand why. This episode was
passive
ironically more
compared
faithful
to
than
what
most
happened in the
adaptations, considering
past.
they said that both
Trust
sides were
me.
at fault as a result of failing to communicate and understand the other.
Oh, yeah, I could see how that could play out.
How?
Well, you see, it's kind of like... You know how there are some Jewish people who sort of have a monumentous persecution complex as a result of the Holocaust?
Not really. I've heard about that kind of stuff, but...
Examples?
Well, imagine that multiplied by 1,000, but without the justification of the event being recent enough for there to still be survivors alive today. Unfortunately, there will always be a portion of the native population that's going to get really upset if the settlers are portrayed any less evil than Hitler. Putting aside the fact that that kind of portrayal is a blatant misrepresentation of history, playing out an episode like this makes the genocide of the native people look, however indirectly, as a result of an actual war, instead of the dedicated attempt to massacre an entire race of people that we like to think it was. Both sides were idiots. The settlers just won the fight.
So you're saying we all need to bury the tomahawk?
Pretty much. I mean, what has continued to grind this axe gotten us? It hasn't retaken the
show
land
hasn't really
by the
shown
settlers.
death
It hasn't
in it at
resurrected
all.
any of those people. So why should shows like this, using historical settings to teach a good lesson, be any kind of issue? Even if you could prove that Over a Barrel misrepresented history, it's not going to make the lesson of mutual give and take and friendly compromise as workable solutions to solving a problem any less of a good lesson. I mean, do we really want to teach our kids that people were assholes throughout history, so they might as well be one
Then
too?
don't
just
teach
so
us
some
history
people can
class.
continue stroking their massive victim mentality? That's just irresponsible.
Throughout human
We wanna raise
history is
better
about people being
generations, not
complete
drag
assholes
them
to
down
each
into
other.
our bullshit.
Jerry, eat a Snickers.
Why?
You get a little long-winded and preachy when you're hungry. Better?
Better. This episode was hilarious. Oh god, it stuck the roof of my mouth.
Dave Polsky has habitually shown himself to be a great comedic writer, and it shows in this episode. His typical fast-paced physical humor comes out, and we get some creative verbal gags and visual puns.
I actually
almost like this
rarely
is a
ever
cartoon
watched
or
the show.
something.
As I've already said, anyone who whines about the symbolism in this episode really
Like the
needs
past
to like
ones.
It's a children's show. You can't portray political and territorial conflicts the way they likely happen. You'll terrorize the poor sods. And the actual use of real-world cultures when they really didn't need to is a little jarring, but as it stands on its own, it's a really funny and entertaining episode that teaches the valuable lesson of mutual compromise, as opposed to aggressive winner-take-all, two-man enter, one-man leads conflict.
Sure, characters had less idiotic moments, sometimes the lack of subtlety can get annoying, and the plot isn't the most original thing in the world. But as it is, it's definitely one of the better episodes.
Yep. It's okay. Just all gotta make sure.
I'm the Fiery Joker.
I'm Ballspawn.
And I think we can put this feud to rest. Right, Jerry?
Tactical nuke!
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Well, shit. If you're a paladin, you can protect the barrier. Oh, so that's what it looks like. And not Fire Joker, but the other guy. And, that's my reaction. And this is more of a see if you guys would think it's a good idea for me to react to this kind of stuff, or if not, I'll find something else. And hope you liked the reaction, and have a nice day.